Hey guys, it's been a long time since I've done a grocery haul. You know, post-Christmas, New Year's, we've been going away for a couple of weekends, so we've just been winging it. But we've made a meal plan, we've got the next week sorted, so I thought I'd show you what we bought. Dave and I have been talking about getting home delivery, whether we go with Woolworths or Coles. Woolworths has got kangaroo, which we do like to eat. But neither of them have the dim sims that I like. You can't get them online. So we're just not sure which way to go. So Dave and our daughter went to ALDI this morning. We needed to get some nappies, but I don't actually see any nappies. I stayed home while the little man slept, and I'm organising her room at the moment, her toys, her clothes. It's the third in the series, so that video will come next week. But this video is jam-packed because I'm going to talk about what I've been doing with the chickpeas, thanks to your awesome suggestions, how I've used those up, meal prepping. So I might as well share with you now our meal plan. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'm doing chicken breasts. I'm gonna crumb our own breasts. So I'll show you when I'm doing that. Corn on the cob, sweet potato, potato and carrot, and I'm hoping to prep for the 3 nights tonight. Then Dave's cooking Saturday and Sunday, and he's doing sweet corn and broccoli fritters, which was a recipe I'd printed out that I wanted to try. And then he's been really enjoying the slow cooker beef stroganoff from Frugal Family of 6. So he's decided that he's gonna do that this week as his meal. And then in the freezer, we've got some pork chops. So if we need it, we'll go pork chops with veggies on Tuesday night. The other thing we're gonna do is gonna prep some snacks. And the other thing I've noticed is when I get the groceries, I kind of just put them away, but I'm not preparing them. So I'm not taking them out of their packaging, washing them down, all those kind of things. So I'm gonna start doing that so that I'm dealing with all the packaging at the time of the purchase rather than still dealing with it throughout the week. All right, let's do this. Okay, let's start with the fruit and veggies. So we've got 2 pears in those containers. That's 1 kilo worth, and I've been using these plastic containers for storing items. So I'm stoked to have some more, and the same with the apples as well. We've got 2 of those. I'm gonna do some pumpkin puffs in the pie maker for lunches. So we've got butternut pumpkin, bananas. For the beef stroganoff, got some mushrooms. I'm also going to be doing zucchini slice in the pie maker. I've been adjusting the recipe from the one I shared earlier, right at the start when I was trying it out, and I'm pretty happy. I found a way to kind of do it without any oil, which is tasting really good. And then we eat a lot of eggs. If you follow me on Insta, you'll see that we tend to have bacon and eggs a lot. It's such a simple meal, like it is so quick to make, and yet the protein is so good in those eggs. And then Dave got these for his lunch. So coconut, lemongrass and chili, basmati rice. So he's got 3 of those. And then he got some sardines as well. And then he got some more Singapore fried rice cups. He hasn't had these before, so just bought them to try. And then he bought some red kidney beans. I was hoping for the 4-bean mix, but they didn't have any of that. I just like to have some of these in the cupboard. We were all out of beans, just to add into a curry or a spaghetti bolognese. He got some spaghetti. Then he also bought some light coconut milk, so 3 of those. He got some hoki noodles, which is great for the stir fries. And then we got 2 packets of noodles. The panko breadcrumbs. We do have some of the other breadcrumbs, but once you've had the panko ones, Dave's sold. He loves those. So I'm going to be crumbing the chicken with the panko breadcrumbs, the savo. Long life milk. We always like to have 1 spare in the cupboard. It just means if we run out of milk, we can just go to the cupboard. We don't have to go shopping just for milk or something. And 3 loaves of bread. Alrighty, here's our fridge items. So full cream milk, 3 litres. Parmesan shredded cheese. We're going to be using that in the sweet corn and broccoli fritters. Sour cream for the beef strog. More bacon, like I said, for eggs and bacon. Blade steaks for the beef strog. Chicken breast, that's what I'm going to be crumbing. And then 2 cheeses. For the freezer, we got stir-fried veggies, broccoli, mixed vegetables and corn I got for the kids. They're all really easy options. We eat them as well, but I just find with these at the moment with my 8-month-old, what I'll actually do is I cook them, and then to give to him, I actually just mash them, like put a fork through it and put it in front of him, and he's eating that with his fingers. And if you've been around for a while, you know my daughter loves corn on the cob and always has. First things first, I need to empty the dishwasher. You got a smile that makes the sun rise. You make it shine, but I can see that you don't realize So the 4 kilos of apples and pears, I'm not actually going to wash off now because we're tending to use these for apple and pear puree, which I freeze some as well as we just give to our son, or we have on our wheat bix in the morning. So we peel off the skin with a peeler. So I'm not going to worry about washing these off now, and if we are going to eat them as a snack, we wash them at the time.
You, I know it's alright. You read my mind, but I can see that you don't realize, and that's what made me.
We unfortunately learnt the hard way that global knives do not go in the dishwasher. One of them completely broke, so now we always hand wash them. I know the sink is filthy, but I'm only going to wash that sink once a day, and so I'm going to be doing it later after I've done my big cook up. So it is what it is. I just don't have time in this season of life to be cleaning my sink more than once a day. Okay, so Dave and I are very much a team when it comes with cleaning and cooking. As like you saw with our meal plan, we separate our days depending on what he's working and what I'm doing. So he's chopping up the watermelon. We got this whole watermelon. Look, we actually probably got it 2 weeks ago, and it has lasted so well because it was a complete watermelon. This was the first time he'd chopped up one, and I must admit I'm yet to do one. But it wasn't that hard, he said, because you think it's hard because you think it's like chopping up a pumpkin, which is really difficult, but watermelon is not. So next time I'll give it a go. So we're really loving watermelon for snacks, and by having it all done, we're more likely to have it. We had a play date later in the week, and so I just got some watermelon out. It still tasted fresh because it had been that whole watermelon. It doesn't matter if it's cut up and just sits in the fridge.
Every time I'm down here, you make me smile. You're the solution. You are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are the solution.
I just had to laugh as I was editing this. This part is just a comedy of errors. So I thought I'd freeze some watermelon and make some popsicles. But first I couldn't get the blender working, so then Dave had to come and fix it. It was locked, but it wasn't twisted the right way or something. Anyway, so then he fixed that. And then I didn't put any water in it initially, so the watermelon didn't sink down, so then it wouldn't blend. So then I was like, I'll put some water in. Then I probably put in too much water. Then as I was pouring it, I spilt it. Like, seriously, my channel is not expert mum channel. It's like doing life together because I make a lot of mistakes. But you know what? I'm learning and life's fun.
You are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are the solution. You are the solution. I wanna hold your head. You're everything that I desire. Every time we touch, we get set the world on fire, world on fire. I wanna hold your head. You're everything that I desire, I desire. Oh, every time we touch, we get set the world on fire, world on fire. I just wanna look into your eyes. You know you make me feel like I'm alive. You are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are the solution. You are the solution. You are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are, you are the solution. You are the solution. I wanna hold your
There's no doubt in my mind, you will always be there, heading out to see ya and leave the rest behind. Oh, oh, 'cause you will always be there. Oh, oh, 'cause you will always be the one to hold me. You will always be the one who knows me. You will always be, come on, let me closer to your heart. I'm waiting here for you. Yeah, you. Yeah, I know you will always be the. Yeah, I know you will always be the. Yeah, I know you will always be. Come on, let me closer to your heart. I'm waiting here for you. Yeah, you. Yeah, I know you will always be the. You're the one that I need. Yeah, you make me feel like there's no air left to breathe. Yeah, you make me feel like I can run on water. I'm picking up the speed. Oh, oh, 'cause you will always be there. Oh, oh, 'cause you will always be the one to hold me. You will always be the one who knows me. You will always be, come on, let me closer to your heart. I'm waiting here for you. Yeah, you. Yeah, I know you will always be the. Yeah, I know you will always be the. Yeah, I know you will always be. Come on, let me closer to your heart. I'm waiting here for you. Yeah, you. Yeah, I know you will always be the. I'll do it all for you. I'll be enough for you, baby. I'll do it all for you. I'll be enough for you, 'cause you make me feel.
Last year at the end of one of my grocery haul videos, I asked for your help and you guys were so helpful. There were so many comments about how to use chickpeas, how to use quinoa, and how to use couscous. Haven't used any of the couscous just yet. I've got through the chickpeas. I think I've got one can left, but I'm using that for a play activity, so that can stay. So I've used the chickpeas. We basically added it to curries. That's how we've used it. And as well as I used the syrup from the chickpea can to make some foam, which I'll show you what I did here. Basically, I tried it in the blender first and that didn't work well. So I just poured it into the mix master, added a little bit of food dye and then mixed it all together. And I did a couple of different colors. And then the recipe suggested adding some cream of tartar just to help hold the peaks. So I added some of that and then I put it on our blue tough tray and both kids got into it, which was fantastic because it's taste safe. So there's no soap or anything like that. So this is a really good one for him, and his sister got into it as well. How cool does it look? And the main way we've been using the quinoa is actually using it with our rice. So we do half quinoa, half rice in the rice cooker. And it's great. It's just a different texture, which is really good for the kids actually, and they both eat it. So thank you so much guys for your suggestions, and thank you so much for watching to the end of my videos. YouTube rewards the videos that people watch for the longest amount of time, and then they promote them. And as you guys know, this is a part-time business for me, so thank you very much for supporting our family. So when we ordered a HelloFresh box, one of the recipes, this is a little while ago, was chicken parma with salad. And it's amazing because we've actually used it so much. Dave loves doing the salad because the dressing is quite simple. It's got honey, balsamic vinegar and oil, and just mixed with like tomatoes and lettuce and crumbed chicken. So I'm not going to do parmas here. I'm just going to do crumbed chicken. And our daughter did the crumbing the first time and she's going to do it all this time too. So the first bowl is flour, then we've got 2 eggs whisked, and then we've got breadcrumbs. Now, because we did so much chicken, it was $13 worth, we did have to replenish each one of those, which she told us when it needed to happen. So this is just a great activity. I really do like having her involved in the kitchen and she loves it. So she has the option, she can either help out cooking or she can go play, and she wanted to do this. And as you'll see, she crumbs all the chicken and I just do it with the stove. So to do this chicken, I'm just cutting it in half so it's thin enough and then pounding it between 2 sheets of baking paper. We don't have a meat tenderizer, so I'm just using a rolling pin and that just works fine. So the goal with this crumb chicken is I want it to do 3 nights dinners. So thankfully it did, because this took me all afternoon between doing the potato as well as the sweet potato as well as this chicken. So it was a very long time. I was so tired by the end of it, I must admit, but it just meant that Thursday night and Friday night I didn't have to cook. All I had to do was reheat it in the microwave. So that was awesome. It was worth doing. What I was wondering about, which you guys might be able to help me with, is once we've crumbed it, I could then freeze half of it, couldn't I? Because it hasn't been frozen, so I could put that in the freezer, and then when we wanted crumb chicken, could get it out. Let me know what you think, or if you've done it, that'd be awesome. I made sure the pan was hot enough, and this is just olive oil in it, and then I put it in. When I was doing this, look, it made me realize that I probably do need to get an air fryer, just because it's just oily. To try and help with that, I did put some paper towel down, but I am thinking about buying an air fryer. But I just need to organize the pantry. At the moment, we do not have room for another appliance.
Young, and we didn't want to be exposed. Even though it was cold, we were never wearing proper clothes. Always trying to be cool, trying to be those bad guys, smoking cigarettes behind the school. Always trying to be cool, trying to be those bad guys, you know. I still think about what we had when we were younger. We were never running out of time. As long as we had each other, oh, everything was black and white. Driving in a car, never knowing how far we go. When we were younger, when we were younger, I remember a girl. I would sneak into her parents' house. I could stay for hours, and we looked into each other's eyes.
Alrighty, time to clean up that mess. With the chicken is nearly done. Yes, there's a lot of mess on the floor and the bench. That's just part of cooking with kids. I make a mess too when I'm cooking. Something I've learned with getting kids involved in the kitchen is just to change your expectations. They're going to do things a bit differently. It's going to be a bit messier, but they're learning, and it's a fun activity that we can do together. And do you know what? She actually did such an awesome job. As I was putting a couple in the pan, I just added a little bit more breadcrumbs to some of them, but not many at all. She did an absolute awesome job. And I think, imagine if I had to crumb the chicken as well, it would have taken me ages. She did that while I was pounding the chicken, so it was so helpful. So we're still using the helper stool, but I'm actually thinking that the stool we got for the bathroom, I'm going to try it upstairs and just see how she goes without the cage. Our son is turning 9 months soon, and he's actually already pulling himself up onto this stool, and so it won't be long and he'll want to be involved in the kitchen. Not just yet, but it won't be long and he'll want to be involved. So instead of Dave making another one, I thought she could probably just go to a plain stool now. She's at that stage, she's safe in the kitchen. So we'll see how it goes. Have you guys done that? Have you changed? We're also having corn for dinner as well, so I'm just using the whole kilogram here. I wish I'd put double that amount actually. Both kids like eating it off the cob, and Our son did such a good job. His food journey has been very different to our daughter's. He's not as keen on chewing, so it was really good with the cob because he can't stuff that all in his mouth, so he could only eat a little bit at a time. So I wish we had more. We're going to definitely get a couple more packets for the freezer.
I've been waiting all my life for someone like you. I would watch the days go by, wasted and blue. I was out of use. Now every day, every night, every moment with you, I'm walking on air. And every day, every way, I feel I can't lose. I wanna shout it out, ain't no limit. I wanna shout it out to the world. You got me all worked up, got me spinning. I'm crazy for love, crazy for love, crazy for Whenever lost, whenever down, you know what to do. There's no mountain I won't climb to be right by your side, right by your side. Now every day, every night, every moment with you, I'm walking on air. And every day, every way, I feel I can't lose. I wanna shout it out, ain't no limit. I wanna shout it out to the world. You got me all worked up, got me spinning. I'm crazy for love, crazy for love, crazy for Crazy for love. I found a miracle, I found the dream. Living is beautiful with you and me. I found a miracle, I found the dream. Living is beautiful with you and me. I wanna shout it out, ain't no limit. I wanna shout it out.
So this video is just under 30 minutes. I hope that's okay. Like I said, I've got to combine the grocery haul and the meal prep and the meal plan and the cleaning all into one so that YouTube doesn't penalize my channel. The main focus for whether a video is good or not is audience retention, so how long people watch for and how many minutes are watched altogether. So what is the watch time for that video? So that's why I've had to go a bit longer. Hope you don't mind. Hope you've enjoyed the music. Thanks heaps for watching. Bye.